This episode is brought to you by Lurk Royalty, a Twitch gaming team that puts out Call of Duty content, Rocket League content, and any epic esports matchups you can think of. If you want to check them out, go over to twitch.tv. The three team members are Creeper KC, you got Brazzy TTV, and Reckless_X. Go check them out over on twitch.tv.
And now, the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
With your host, Clinton,
Hunter,
and Ryan,
as we bring you the latest in gaming news, reviews, and the newest updates on national and local esports events.
along with great recipes for you good-looking dads.
gadgets and gifts for gaming, gags, and great deals.
And we're raising the heat as we go into gaming competition in the Delirious Dome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the Season 2 premiere of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast.
Oh, it's good to be back. I'm excited. Even my hair is excited. You guys are watching here. Nobody told me. These are my brothers here. You know, these are my partners in crime. I was at the pool with my daughter, you know, because I'm a delirious dad. Right before we came in, nobody told me my hair looked like that. And now we're in. Doesn't matter. We're here.
Must have fluffed up with your headphones on or something.
Well, you know, I thought that was like a new look. Like Hunter's rocking the mullet. Hunter, go ahead and show the YouTube audience and the Twitch audience what you're rocking.
I don't know if you can really see it very well with my stuff on, but
Yeah, it's looking good though.
Yeah,
it looks luscious, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I thought Ryan was going with a specific look. Turns out it was just the old dad in the pool look.
Yep, it is. It's a dad in the pool look. I like that. That is a specific look. It means I'm a dad.
A dad that's doing his job.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Well, guys.
So the mullet, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
go
you.
ahead.
The
Go ahead.
mullet's definitely coming because I love the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
I just wish I want to bring that time period, the way they dress, the music.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's just always good, man. And I mean, it's just nostalgic. You know, I obviously was born after the 80s, but I love that time period.
When you grow up in the 90s, the music you're listening to is the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like the stuff that you're seeing on TV was 80s. Yeah.
My dad was good at showing me good music and stuff too. So anyways, and that's why I love our podcast theme. It's very 80-ish. So
it just keeps going more 80s. Like the more we do it.
I decided to go with the mullet.
Yeah.
Well, guys, tonight for this episode of the podcast, we're changing everything up. So season 2 is not necessarily a reset, but a rebirth, if you will, of new things, new ideas that we had. We took a long break. I think we told you guys it'd be a month. We took 3. Please forgive.
Basically, it's like you took everything that made us good, and we just made it better. Yeah, I know it's hard to say. But, you know, I feel like we're going to nail it. I think it's going to be good. You guys are going to like it. It's going to be broken up in little, you know, munchable pieces. And the podcast itself, the main news podcast won't be as long, but there'll be all kinds of content that you can feast on like a buffet. Like, I want a little bit of that. I want a little bit of that. I want a little bit of that. Instead of like, it's all on your plate without choosing. You get to pick what you want. Yeah, we're full service.
So that's going to be broken down into several different segments. We'll go ahead. Do we want to give them a little sneak peek of some of the segments that we're working on? Yeah. Okay. So absolutely. Obviously you're going to get Leaks for Geeks, which is our news segment we'll be doing tonight to just bring back the news, get back into what's going on in the gaming space. We're also going to have bringing back the gadgets and gifts segment, which we think sometimes for the audio can be hard to follow, but with mixing it in with video, I think it'll be good.
Yep. People like it, but it'll definitely be better with strong video content.
Right. We're going to be bringing you What's Cooking Good Looking, which, you know, we've done that previously on the podcast. And we think you guys just want to be able to eat good. You dads out there, you want to be able to cook a good dish for the fam.
That is right. So,
and it's pretty normal. There's a lot of cooking podcasts that are just about cooking. But the ones that are successful have a YouTube counterpart with good video. And so even that is going to start to have video where Hunter will put together so you can actually see him prepping the meal, see what it looks like when it's cooked, and know that yours is horrible when it's done.
Yeah. And it's not just going to be Hunter. It's going to be, beginner chef over here, beginner cook. Old Clint trying to make something out of, some kind of nice dish that's hard to make. I'm going to get in there and see what happens and hopefully not burn the house down.
Maybe see some good World of Warcraft meals. Clint's been dabbling his toes in that.
Got my WoW cookbook. Yep.
Yeah. I do a little bit of smoking and grilling and stuff like that. And so we might throw a little bit of that in there. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going to like it. It's going to be good.
We're going to be hitting you with a new segment, new-ish segment. We've kind of rebranded it, and we think it's better for all things gaming quizzes, gaming competition, anything like that. We're calling it the Delirious Dome. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be amazing. So we got that going. And then we're also going to be covering esports, local and national esports, the best we can. And we're going to be calling that segment Oak Esports. You like that?
That's right.
Oak Esports. Oak Esports. He broke it down so you guys understood it. But, we're in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So it's Oak Esports.
Okay. Esports. Okie Sports.
Right.
I think that's it. We'll still have Final Verdict. That's not really changing. So,
just so you guys are following too, each of these will be their own now. So rather than be separate in the sense of, rather than being one run to thing, you'll have segments that come out like you can watch on YouTube. So there'll be more content broken down, more videos per week instead of one big broadcast, along with clipping down and cutting down some of our game streaming into some content. And funny stuff that we're working on for what do you call it, TikTok and
YouTube and
all the fancy new age stuff. We're gonna have our fingers in it.
So you're not losing any content at all. You're probably going to be gaining content, but it's just going to be a nice, sizable, bite-sized pieces that are not overwhelming. So.
And we had to kind of take a step back because the dad life as the kids are getting older just gets busier. And with everything opening back up with the pandemic kind of finally settling down, we hope we're finally able to get out and do things, So we wanted to kind of step back and say, how can we accomplish all the goals that we have? Well, for one, we were making ourselves put out these content pieces all in one sitting, and sometimes that doesn't really work well as a dad. You might need to get off early that night or something, So we decided, all right, we're going to plan it out. We're going to split it up a little more, and we're going to come up with better, I don't want to say better content, but better
structured content.
Structured content.
Be better structured. Yeah.
So that's,
just to let you guys know too, the thing that will be live for sure regularly is going to be the news. There's going to be maybe some other things we do live, maybe sometimes the Delirious Dome, things like that. But the structured, for now, Tuesday nights will be the news. That'll be our regular thing. We're going to try to constantly deliver, and then we'll have the other stuff mixed in and rotated in, essentially.
Yep. You'll still get your weekly fix of the news. We feel like that's the most pertinent. I mean, that's what's going on in the gaming world. We don't want you guys to miss out on that. So yeah, we got
the
that.
esports. The Oak Esports is going to be, even though it's Oak Sports because we're Okies, it will not just be local. We are going to get involved with some of the local circuits like we started to right before the pandemic because they're all opening back up. We'll be working with our Click Gaming sponsor and going to different stuff that he puts on and tying in with some of the local colleges and high schools. But we'll also be covering anything that's real big, important news, just in esports altogether. So it won't just be local esports.
So that's going to be exciting. Freebie Farm, we're still going to have it. It's just going to be a little bit, we're going to switch the format of it in the sense of we're going to focus more on individual games and what we think's good rather than, hey,
few primary good games.
Yep. So we'll try to keep some of that on your radar, but that's going to be a little more detailed as far as the game goes, not so much, hey, here's 20 games. They're all free. We just feel like it'll be more entertaining for you guys to get a good, solid, juicy piece of free.
Right.
So,
agreed.
Yeah. Anywho, and we are going to be going back to format of talking about dad stuff. So we had kind of skewed away from that, getting more into the gaming, and we're Delirious Dads Gaming, and we kind of skewed away from the dad part of it sometime, and so we are going to be injecting those pieces back into the podcast, being a little more open in that way. We think that's
and maybe even have a little bit more of that on our guest side instead of just gaming. We may have a little bit more. If there's a dad that is done something epic or newsworthy or just really catches our eye, we might try to bring them on like we would, anybody who might be in contact with on the gaming side or game development side or tournaments and stuff like that too.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I think that's all the announcement part as far as the formatting, correct?
Chew on that.
Chew on it. Yeah. Savor it.
All you need to know is that we're going to be delivering some cool stuff to you.
Yeah.
Just open your mouth, take it in, let us feed you.
Yeah.
Join the Patreon and pay us to do that. That's the best
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll help us out too, for sure.
Oh, that was
giveaways too. Giveaways are going to become more regular. Don't want to lose that. That's going to become a very regular thing.
Yeah, you lost me there, but I'm good. I'm back. I'm composed. I am mature. Okay, so I'm here. I'm golden.
Let's talk about the bite-sized nuggets, man. Come on.
Yeah. You gotta have buffalo sauce on it though. If I'm eating some nuggets, just saying. But yeah, so let's catch you up, guys, on what's been going on in our lives as far as the gaming goes. We played a lot of Call of Duty recently.
We have
cycled back, right?
Yeah,
we went through during the break. If you guys watch our channel, we still were streaming. We played a lot of NASCAR, which was completely outside of our normal realm.
Yeah, a little NASCAR heat.
Lurk Royalty, they play NASCAR. They invited us in to play with them quite a bit. We had a lot of fun. And then we played Discord. We played Rocket League quite a bit more for a little while. And then we pretty much cycled back to Call of Duty. We kind of had been off of it for a little while. And we're getting a little better, guys. I mean,
we are. We're starting to step
it
up.
Are. Yeah,
hey,
I'm excited about it.
But I got to tell them the story. The epic, piss me off story. Clint's going to go on a rant, guys. I know you're not used to the rants from me.
Not
okay?
at all.
I'm going to get a little angry here. But Activision side of Blizzard, okay, Activision, speaking directly to you, looking into the camera, your support system sucks, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're worse than my underwear that I got, okay?
Pretty much like
no
Facebook,
support.
There is no support, yeah.
Yeah. Awful. So I'm at work, check my iPhone. I get a email from Activision. Hey, your Activision account has your Battle.net account has been unlinked from your Activision account. Okay, whatever. I'm thinking it's like some kind of spam, right? Because on my Battle.net, I have the authentication thing where you got to put in the code and all that.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking,
authentication.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good. They're not going to get me. This is just a spam. I'm already, protected. Then I get an email. Hey, your PSN account has been unlinked from your Activision account. Same thing. I'm like, man, they're trying real hard here. And then later on, I get an email. Your email account has been unlinked from your Activision account. Whatever, dude. I'm protected. Two-step authentication. Yeah.
Yeah, I got two-step.
A week goes by. Hey, let's get on some Warzone, mate. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Log in. Put in the username. Put in the password, guys. Doesn't exist.
No.
What the mother F are you talking about? It doesn't exist, bro. I've had this account for 2 years. Or since Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out. Gave you money on that. $60.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't exist. Okay, maybe I messed up my password. Put in the second password. Wrong. Disconnected, bro. Don't exist. Nothing. Now I'm really boiling. I'm getting pissed. I bought some battle passes, guys. I got a freaking a Nordic Viking, whatever skin in the game that I love. Looks like Justin with threads. My cousin looks like Justin with threads and some tats, bro. Just pissed me off, dude. Now I'm just full mode, just raging, just cussing in my head because my 4-year-old's kind of running out, trying not to cuss for her, And then it really pissed me off because like a week and a half before this crap started, I bought the Rambo skin, guys. Mother effing Rambo, bro. They screwed me.
He's gone.
Done, nothing. So I'm like, I've dealt with Blizzard before on my WoW stuff and things like that.
Yep.
So it's like, I'll just send them a ticket. May not get to play tonight, but that's fine. They'll fix it. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen, guys, because you go in and you get an automated form. Hey, you got to fill this out. Oh, by the way, you got to make a new account. Don't make it on the email that you had, though. Make it on new email. Okay. Make a new one on my wife's account. Okay, cool. Send them a request. Okay? I'm spitting into the mic right now. I'm that pissed.
Yeah,
I send them a request. Oh, it could be 5 to 10 business days. Okay, Activision, cool, dude. Cool, man. Yeah, real cool. All right. Yeah, okay. They're busy. I get it. Okay. 5 days later after the weekend, because obviously I did it on a Friday night. Okay, so now I got to wait. Okay, so that next Friday, they got me in a week. Your request, for this application has been denied. Okay, well, so at this point, okay, maybe I just didn't put enough detail into the message. That's what it was.
Let them know what really happened.
Yeah. So here, I put it in there because they only let you point and click crap too. That's the whole deal. It's like, you can only click buttons. Yeah. Well, they let you, but it's like in this separate thing way at the bottom. You're not sure if they really read it. That kind of thing.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
so I just get in there. Boom, 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 boom. Here's my Blizzard ID, my freaking PSN ID. Here's my Activision ID. Here's some receipts from when I bought your mother effing Rambo the other day. Okay? And guess what, guys? Guess what? 7 days later, denied.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Mother effers. Now I'm super pissed. Just Activision.
At least it's only been 2 weeks, No
Activision can choke on a rotten rat. That's where I'm at this point. Okay? Okay, yeah. So I started YouTubing videos. Okay, so this has got to be a problem someone's got to fix. Mm-hmm. Some dude's like, well, you can try to go on Twitter, go to their Twitter support page. I did it one time, but it took them like 4 months to get my account. And, I could be dead by then. Warzone could be dead by then. Lots of things could happen in 4 months. We know, pandemic, people. Okay? Yep. So I'm like, I ain't going to do that. So I started looking through the threads, and one dude's like, yo, they got my account, but the person that got into my account that hacked it was doing illegal stuff on it, and so it was deleted. They banned the account. So I figured it out. It all came to me. This mother effing hacker, okay, that hacked me, he screwed my life up in Call of Duty. Okay? Yeah. 2 years of progress, done. Delete. And then he did cheating on there. So this is all gonna be good, guys, right? We all have happy endings. Nah. Right. I get on the game. I finally make a new account. I'm like, screw it. I make a new account. I start from scratch, leveling up my guns. So my cousin from Lurk Royalty, one of the sponsors of the show, he hits me up. Hey, man, you want to come join this tournament with me and my bros, me and my team? I've never been invited to a Call of Duty tournament my entire life. No, never done any esports tournament ever. So I was kind of like honored.
Hey. Yeah. I'm part of something.
Yeah. So I'm freaking jazzed. I'm telling my wife, I'm like, hey, babe, you care if I get on at 7:30? They want me to warm up. We're going to play this tournament at 8 o'clock, dude. It's a national tournament. $100 on the line, baby. It's a kill tournament, man. Oh, yeah. Feeling good. Chest pumped. We get signed up. Oh, man. I'm licking my lips. We're ready. 5 minutes till warm up, baby. I go to hit the accept on the invite to the tournament. Oh, sorry, dude. Your Battle.net account, you don't qualify. You haven't done 200 you haven't done 200 Warzone matches, man. You are ineligible for this tournament and any other tournament in the foreseeable future until you hit 200 games.
Wow.
So it just continues to haunt me. And you know what? It just sucks. And by the way, I did buy Rambo again. So here we are, Warzone, Activision.
You win. Yep. You win, Warzone.
You win.
That's basically what he's saying.
Picking on the poor man.
You, but here's my money again.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyway,
it makes it feel any better. I have been playing this whole time, and I haven't hit 200 games either. None of my stuff got erased. So.
Yeah, but you was at least in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of nights you skipped when I played.
Yeah, I'm sure you had 200 by now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doubting that. I was just saying I've had Warzone for a while and I haven't hit 200 either. So
that is a lot of games.
Yeah, I melted down.
If you're a delirious dad.
I'm just saying, you make millions of money, Activision, millions of dollars of money.
Millions of money.
Get it.
That's a soundbite right there.
It's because I'm mad. You got millions of millions, okay? So
you make millions of money.
I'm gonna give you a hint. Get good support service. I don't care how many out of country people you got to hire, because I know you're going to do that. Okay. And then you need to get freaking some anti-cheat software on your freaking game. There. I said it.
That has to be done.
So my rant's over with Activision. I'm sorry. I disrupted the flow, But there's lots of anger flowing out of this little 5'7" guy.
I don't enjoy your pain, but I also enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can top anything like that, but pretty much just been chilling, playing video games with my bros. And I'm not very good. I'm not very good. I'm not very good.
I have not much monies.
I not have much monies.
I like how you said it he said it in the Microsoft Windows robot voice.
Did I?
Yeah,
I have not much monies.
I have not much monies today.
But I'm not very good at like the Warzone right now. I'm trying to get better, and I do. Is the more we play, I am a bit faster and everything. But one thing that I've been
being polished.
Yeah, exactly. The one thing I've gotten that I've noticed the most improvement on is my Rocket League game. I mean, when I started out, I could not turn the ball, like nothing, and now I'm hitting aerials in from across the field and stuff. Not all the way, but halfway. I can get up there and hit the ball. I can't quite do like Forky and all those crazy Twitch guys who can just like literally dribble the ball across the field into the net.
Right.
I'm not there yet, but I'm averaging about a goal 3, and I've come a long way.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying that, during our break, because that's been helping me feel good about myself as a gamer, that I can actually see improvement if I stick with something. And then that's every game.
That's actually one of the things as a delirious dad that you kind of struggle with. Yeah. Because you game so much less.
Yeah.
You're like, man, do I just suck? Like,
at everything.
My dad, like, does anybody even want to play with me? Like those kind of things.
Yeah, but you're getting on with kids who, like we said the other day on Warzone, these kids are sitting behind their game all day.
Yep.
And so of course they're better, man. They've got all those extra hours to play, but it is what it is.
But we catching them. We're starting to catch them.
Yeah.
I've got kind of a small theory, and it's like, man, I haven't decided what the cause is yet, right? But I got an Xbox One. I know, guys, a little late to the party, but they're cheap now, and I'm a delirious dad, so I'm deliriously broke.
No shame in the game.
Yeah, so I picked one up for only $170. You can't really beat that. It was brand new. It's still under warranty. So anyways, I got the Xbox One S, and my daughter's been playing games, but I'm trying to hey, we're done with Minecraft. Like, I love Minecraft, but we've got to find something else we like to play together.
You're like, I've hit my peak.
Oh, we got it, and we got what do you call it? Game Pass, because it's $1 for 3 months. Guys, it's $1 for 3 months. You can cancel. There's no subscription.
That's crazy.
I'm not sponsored by these guys, but why would you not sign up for 3 months? Yeah, there's so many good games on Game Pass. Anywho, that's not what we're doing. Anyways, Rocket League is not even on Game Pass. You just get it for free if you have Xbox, right? So you download it. We're playing it, and I'm like, way better. Like, we're just practicing, right? Like, I'm teaching her. But I can, carry the ball, kind of dribble it around the map a little bit. When we actually play, I never get it to bounce off me. You know how you do. Everybody knows who's ever really played. I'm sitting here driving around, and I'm, dragging it around. I'm able to, set up my own shot, circle back, and hit it in. Hit more aerials, and my timing just seems better. And I'm like, is it the response of the controller on the Xbox? Is it because I'm not online? I'm just playing local, right?
Maybe.
Or is it because the pressure isn't there, and I crumble that hard under real pressure?
It could be.
I haven't discovered what it is yet, but there's definitely a difference when I'm playing it. Could it be the fact that I'm playing on 136 of 4K?
Jeez, I feel like that would make me worse.
Could be. I don't know. Yeah. But I'm sitting right at that right area where it's not too big, right? Our living room's big, and it's a fun game to play on the big screen for sure. But I don't know. I don't know what is causing it. I feel like I've definitely gotten worse at Call of Duty for some reason. And that's probably the pressure, because we started playing with an old buddy who's super good too. Even though the guys we usually play with are super good, we started playing with another guy who's super good. And it's like, Ryan, you suck. It's just in the back of my head. You're trash.
Hey, that's
having fun because they're your friend, but they don't really enjoy it. Because they can't win.
Yeah, he got super paranoid because he said the other night, he's like, bro, we have another Ryan that we play with. His name's Honey Badger, but I'm not going to give you the number. because he may not want you bugging him, but he's pretty elite. He's pretty good. So we played some Resurgence with him on Call of Duty one night, and so we've started kind of gaming with him too. And then Ryan's like, "Oh, the other night, guys, when you weren't on, I played with my buddy Ryan, and I sucked it up."
It was the worst. One of the worst
all night. Yeah. And so that night we were going to get on. We were trying to see if he wanted to play, and he didn't respond back. So Ryan immediately went to, "Ooh, I'm that bad." Yeah.
That wasn't the case, though. He's actually a real friend, so he has a lot of pity.
Yeah, he hopped on like shortly after, and we were good.
Yeah.
So
outside of that, we've just been getting stuff ready for you guys for the podcast. We've still been meeting almost every Tuesday. We took a couple off right in the beginning, and we've still been meeting and working all kinds of things. And I think that's been good, and it's going to be enjoyable for everybody. And I've just been working on different business stuff, and that's it. You know, life has kind of slowed down for me. If you guys are regular show listeners, you kind of know about, you know, my house and the weird house struggles that we've gone through, fixing up this old 1850s house. And we finally got it done, got regular financing on it instead of owner financing. And it's like schmack. Yeah. I'm like, there's nobody. I'm my own boss anyways. I work for myself, right? Which I like. But one thing about this house that sucked is I feel like somebody's been breathing down my neck for 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. Like, I've got to have certain things done by certain times.
Well, now that you got it all,
the weight lifted off my shoulder is so much better right now.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, now that you got it done, I think the ghost is pretty happy.
Yeah, the ghost is enjoying the remodel. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Or ghosts. I'm sorry if I didn't mean to offend you guys.
Yeah. Did you look behind you to make sure the light wasn't flickering on?
Right.
Yeah. No joke. Either you got ghosts or bad wiring.
Yeah.
Yep. Or
I did the remodel.
Some
so probably
good hallucinogens. Hallucinogens. That's what it is.
That's great.
Well, we're about to bring some news. Is that
we're about to do it, guys? We're bringing you Leaks for Geeks. We hope you missed it because it's coming to you live. Leaks for Geeks. And it's time for the Leaks for the Geeks, the news for the dudes. We're bringing it to you, and it's going to be jam-packed full of, you guessed it, news.
Oh, wow. Surprising.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to deliver this news the way it was delivered to me inside my head when I read it. Okay. And then you guys can judge whether it's worth being real news or kind of it is a sham. I will tell you this. There was another article I read that seemed like, oh, this is big news. And it was 100% a sham. And I'll mention that later. That doesn't mean that it's this one.
Clickbait.
Yeah. It was clickbait. But you don't usually see clickbait on gaming news articles. We read the gaming news all the time. So it's weird that I found, one that was this strong on a very trusted site. But anywho, this one, title, if you guys are with me. The news I'm bringing for you today is Microsoft Xbox Cloud Gaming Service now available on iOS devices and, of course, Windows 10 PCs. Okay, this is not the Xbox Game Pass. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the cloud gaming, right? Just like this is like Stadia, right? And that stuff. But this is for Xbox gaming. Same thing like you've got Amazon trying to jump in that game, right? We're talking about cloud gaming, actually playing on the system over in another metadata location, right? Okay. So I read that and I go, whoa. Never did I expect Microsoft and Apple, who are like, the clash of the titans. It's to be like, Android versus iPhone on the phones, and then Apple on the big scales versus Microsoft when it comes to computers. So everybody knows that, right? Are you a PC guy or are you an Apple guy? When in all reality, they're both PCs, right? But that's what we said. Okay, so I'm like, they're going to have apps because it right here on this picture that I'm looking at, you get to see it shows the iPads and iPhones in the people's hands, and it's like, oh snap, there's an app for that. You know, you hear people say that there's an app for that. Then you get to reading, and it's not. This is still good news, but it's not the news I feel like they portrayed it. Maybe I'm wrong, but you guys can be the judge and still enjoy the good news. Microsoft has been talking about their cloud gaming service. They've been announcing it, that it's coming out. Formerly, it was called xCloud. I don't actually know what they're calling it right now. I know that it's in beta. Okay. It's now available on iOS devices, like we said, and Windows 10 PC. Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers get to tap into this beta. Okay. I think this is only for Ultimate subscribers that were Ultimate subscribers at a certain point. It's not like you sign up for Game Pass Ultimate and you automatically get into the beta. I think this is this list was like previously selected. It doesn't really say so in this article, but if I remember right, that's what was going to happen. Okay, so it says right here, back in April, the company announced an invite-only beta for Xbox Cloud Gaming. So, of course, it is invite-only. I just mean I don't think it's going out to people that are just now signing up. On iOS devices and PC, and now it's rolling out to everyone in 22 countries. iOS and PC users will be able to make use of the Xbox Cloud Gaming via their browser. Womp, womp, womp. All my hype was gone. I was like, wait, it shouldn't even be hype gone. I should be excited that it's available and that everybody could. But I just, it very much felt like it was going to be native, right? Like it was going to be set up for, why even mention that it's for the iOS if it's really just a browser? You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's obviously, so I don't know if you call that all the way clickbait, but my vibe was, you suckers, you suckered me.
They got you.
They got me. Yeah, they did. Which I'm not even an Apple guy, right? So it doesn't matter that much, but you two are, and I know plenty of people that are, and a lot of my people that I work with and stuff like that, they use Apple. And so I thought, wow, this is cool. Because we've seen a lot of collaboration in this last year and a half, right? We've talked about it a bunch on the show. Yes, between different consoles, different gaming companies that are working with other gaming companies that we used to think were kind of like, you know, not against each other, but rivals, right? And we're seeing that happening, partnerships that we'd never expected, even within the esports world, a lot of partnerships that we didn't expect. Right. And so I saw this and thought, is Apple really, they're like the ultimate, we work with nobody, right? That's their MO. So I thought, did they really do this? And there's an app coming out for that? No, there's not. Okay. There's not. So if you come across this article or whatever, maybe we'll title this video on YouTube with clickbait too, just to get you.
Yeah, just to get everybody.
Yeah. Might as well put a thumbnail where it's an iPhone with a little, there's an app for that logo. And just go all in, you know? But it is sounding good, okay? There's now over 100 games on the Xbox Cloud Gaming Library that players can get access to right now if they have an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription and they've gotten the invite. The vice president, head of products for Xbox Cloud Gaming, shared through a blog spot that Xbox Cloud Gaming is now available. And subscribers, I'd say the same thing again. This article is not very well written. It's just repeating it. Okay, this just lets you know a little bit more. It's Microsoft Edge. It's usable. Google Chrome. It's usable. Safari. It's usable. So it probably has an extension maybe you download for that browser, right? So that's, or else it would say any browser, like your choice of browser, right? Not so all.
I wonder if that works on the Google app for the iPhone.
Maybe. The Google Chrome browser? Yes.
Yeah, the little browser app.
Yeah. Sounds like the browser app for that'll work, or the Safari, which is the built-in for iPhone, isn't it? Yeah. So, you know, they might have done a little bit of coding to make it work for Safari if it is a add-on, or what do we call that? What do you call that? It's not called an add-on on your browser. It's called a
extension. You call it earlier.
Extension. Yeah, I said it right earlier. Yeah. And so they could have done some kind of coding for that, which is still not as big of a news as like a integrated app, but I get it. It does say, we already knew this, but it does say this is going to be, this whole system is running off the same hardware that the Xbox Series X has. And it's going to, if you want your basics, even though it's running the Xbox Series X, remember we're streaming it online to your device and you don't want too much lag, right?
Right.
And so it's coming to your phone, your laptop, and my understanding, even your computer, right? You can cloud game from your computer, which I don't know why that you would per se if you had Game Pass, but it's 1080p, 60 frames a second. I know that's what everybody's going to ask. What's the support? Are we getting 4K? Are we getting 120 frames? No, guys, it's cloud gaming. Okay, and it's a cloud gaming that's in beta, and it's cloud gaming that they want to work well. Like Stadia didn't.
So you're probably going to get some lag. It's just the way it is with cloud gaming.
But you're going to have less at 1080 and 60 frames.
Yeah.
Than you're going to at 120 and trying to push, either 2K or 4K. Yeah. So a lot of guys they don't go 4K. They want the 2K at least. You're not getting it. Not right now, at least. You're getting 1080p, 60 frames a second. Okay. Let's see here. It's obviously right now this is coming with your Game Pass. I don't know if that's a permanent thing, right? But the people who are getting to use it right now get it with their $14.99 Game Pass. Okay. I don't really know if it's going to cost separate or something like that later. We don't know for sure. Let's see here.
Really smart marketing, honestly.
Yeah. Game Pass Ultimate typically costs $6.99 per month, but Microsoft has the same offer running here as well for the subscription. I don't know what RS means. This is in other countries' money. So sorry, guys. I was reading that. I thought it was a different deal, but it's not. Right here, it does say in the U.S., Microsoft currently has a major discount running, bringing the cost down to $1. That's what I mentioned at the beginning of the show. I don't know if that's
so. It's like a Game Pass trial, probably. Is that what it is? Okay.
So unless this article is even more poorly written, this article is kind of saying you could get it even if you're signing up now, right? Because that deal is right now, the 3 months for $1. But they're not saying that specifically in this article, but it's mentioning what the Ultimate is and that you get this when you have Ultimate. So it's kind of like tying the two together. I wouldn't bank on that being the case. I don't know for sure. I didn't do the research to tell you that confidently. But it's obviously, I think it's got a really good chance of being a good system because it's backed by a big company that's been in the gaming world for a long time.
To me, it sounds pretty solid as far as they can get it working. I know with the new Xbox Series X, I had heard good things about it flawlessly working within your network. Going to your TVs, your different devices like that. So
right.
No.
Yeah, and you can play it remotely. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right? Off your network at home. Yep.
And Tiffany over in the Facebook chat says that's an Indian rupee.
So, okay. That's what that. Yep. Yeah, the RS. Okay, I did not know that.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
You learn something new every day.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you guys are aware, but on the Switch, Mario Golf just recently released. And so I was pumped about this. So I have a Switch. Unfortunately, I don't play it that much. To be honest, I play it mostly when I'm on the plane, like when I'm flying. When we go on vacations, it's clutch. I mean, so like I just pull it out of the backpack and you're thousands of feet in the air and you're playing video games, like quality video games. So I love it for that. And it's not that it's just that I have the PC and I have the PlayStation 5 here. And so I don't use it a whole lot now. This is kind of a rabbit trail, but as Rhett gets older, I see us using it more. But this is one of the games that when the title came out, I thought, man, I would get that and play that now. And it is Mario Golf Super Rush. And so there was a review released here on GameSpot.
Well, we were just talking about playing a golf game. Like that would be fun for us to play. We do golf with friends with Clint, obviously. But
yeah. No,
okay. We got digs now.
Yeah. Well, I love golf with friends. It's not quite golf; it's the putt, but Clinton gets his butt whooped every time, so that's why doesn't like it so much, I think. But I love it. But anyway, so this Mario Golf game is kind of like a typical golf game, and I'm just going to go over. I'm going to explain what the game is, and then I'm going to give you the review that GameSpot's article gave it, basically.
Okay.
So it's in the sense of, if you ever played a golf game, it's a golf game. You tee off the box. It's golf rules apply. You want to get it in the hole in the least amount of shots. Mm-hmm. Except it's in Mario's world, where there is hazards on the golf course. And I don't just mean sand traps and water hazards. I mean, there's hazards, right? Mm-hmm. Different moving monsters, different things like that, that can, throw your ball off course. And not only that, but your opponents can also use power-ups to mess with your ball also. And so he goes on.
You talk about like almost like, what do you call it, the Mario Kart, but kind of for golf. Like there's going to be little things they can do. Okay, I like it.
There's actually, if you've played a lot of the Mario and Nintendo world, there's, Mario Strikers, which was the soccer game. There was, Mario, I forgot what they called it, but there was even a Mario baseball game. And there's these power-ups in it that help you, do certain things to your opponent, or have a power-up that helps you or knocks your opponent off. Just like you said, just like Mario Kart, there's those power-ups that help you or hurt your opponent. And this is the same way. Cool. And so it looks super fun. It's not just a golf game, but you can mess with people you're playing with. But they've kind of taken it up a step, and there's this new game mode called Speed Golf. And Speed Golf is exactly what you think it is, what it sounds like. It's Speed Golf. You hit the ball, and then right after your ball lands, you take off running to where your ball's at. So it's basically a rush, where I think they got the name Super Rush. And there's a timer, and each shot adds 30 seconds to your time. Okay. But you need to try to play well while maintaining a brisk pace, because, if not, you can lose because of those things.
Right. Yeah. Because you could take your time and golf big time.
Right.
And be great at it. But playing golf fast.
Right.
Like any golf game. Yeah. I like the idea.
Cool. That's a nice
so it adds this new layer of strategy and chaos into the game. And so everyone's playing simultaneously on the course. So like,
nobody's waiting for the next ball.
No, you can be hitting at the same time. Right. And so you can, the downside is like, you can have these good shots and you can't admire them, like you were saying, Ryan, because you have to hurry to the ball and continue to play. And then, of course, your opponents can hit shots that have power-ups that ruin your shot. The guy who was talking about this in the article that said that there was multiple times where he would hit a beautiful shot to approach the green or be on the green, and then the opponent's ball would come in with a power up and knock his ball off of the green. And so it can be very frustrating, but it's fun. It's good old fashioned Mario fun.
Oh yeah, that's the game
of friendships broken.
I've seen exactly what I was thinking about.
Meme of friendships broken through Mario Kart, but this looks like a fun game. Just like all Nintendo games, it's a fun game to play by yourself, a fun game to play with friends, whatever it may be. But look, the courses look cool. There's a bunch of different courses on the game, ranging from regular looking golf courses to some crazy castle courses with lava, different stuff like that, which is expected in the Mario games. But anywho, so that's kind of the overview of what the game looks like, what you expect in the game. And it seemed that the guy playing it did enjoy it. He gave it a good rating, not a great rating. He landed at a 7. And so, he landed at a 7.
In our books, a 7 is pretty strong. 6 is like, you should play it. For sure. 7 is a good game. 8 is like really up there.
It's a good one.
So yes, 7 might be pretty strong. All depends on who's rating it.
Yes. And just with a little summary here, and then I'm going to go for he's got it laid out for the good and the bad. It says, with 3 radically different styles of play and some seriously adventurous courses, Mario Golf Super Rush is an original sports game. Speed Golf and Battle Golf actively make you adapt to wildly different conditions while balancing techniques and speediness. The button swing system still feels great. Though if you desire an accurate motion-controlled golf game, this is not it. Golf Adventure curiously lacks a conventional tournament structure or record keeping, which actively dissuades me from ever wanting to revisit it. Super Rush isn't the best entry in the series, but it's a worthy addition. And so, like I said, he came in at a 7. The goods he's got spelled out are stellar course design and play into the chaos of speed golf, impressive roster or character with unique traits, which again, these Nintendo games, they're great with the characters that they mash up in these games. They're great with the animations that go alongside their characters. Another plus that he had on here, the good speed golf turns the sport into a action game, basically. You know, it's not your average golf game.
Right, because most golf games kind of have that.
If you're gonna go pick up a golf game, you're a fan of golf.
Yeah,
people are gonna play this game that are not huge fans of golf.
Yeah, this is for your kids.
Well, you say
Mario fans, and
I get where you're coming from, but in all reality, tons of people like me are like, "Oh my gosh, I'm falling asleep because it's golf."
Yeah,
but I fell in love with Tiger Woods. Like, I love the game.
Yeah, I have the newest PGA Tour game, and it's great. Mm-hmm. But I also enjoy golf, and some people don't, and they can get into the game. But this one's going to be for all, like we said, all ages. People are going to love it. And then his last good point is it's still fun for a Mario Golf purist who enjoys regular golf too. The bad, there's only 2 bads. The bad is that he didn't feel like the motion controls meshed very well with the hectic course designs. And I got to say, sometimes you think it's on purpose. Like, just think back to Mario Kart or even the Mario games when Mario's running around and platforming, but you know, his little feet are running, then you scoot off the side. Stuff like that's aggravating. You're like, I was running the opposite way. I think they do it on purpose sometimes.
Yeah, it's part of the game. Yeah,
exactly. And so the motion controls not meshing with the hectic course design makes me think that when you're running or whatever, you know, tend to fall off sometimes and stuff like that. That to me is a Mario game. Anyways, and then the last bad is Golf Adventure is essentially a lengthy tutorial and offers no reason to play after the credits roll. So this must be one of the main game
modes.
Thank you. I lost some wording there. So it must be one of the main game modes, and to me it sounds like it's like the main storyline or something. And he obviously goes on to kind of explain that it wasn't anything special. Felt it was kind of like a tutorial. Nothing to pull you back in after it's done. But for me, they're for multiplayer. Exactly. It's not a game you want to pick up for a story mode. It's a game that you want to have a party.
Right. You're not playing to win the PGA Tour. You're playing to have some fun with your buds.
Playing to knock Ryan off the green and piss him off.
Right.
And the other thing is, it's not their design. This is my opinion. It's not their design to make a headlining game. This is essentially, hey, let's take advantage of the Mario IP.
Absolutely.
Let's make a fun golf game that people can play and have fun. This is not our main Mario.
No, they're adding to the roster.
Exactly. That is Nintendo's lane, and I think that they stay in it very well.
I think essentially that's with Super Smash Bros. And Mario Party back in the day. You know, I'm sure back then, I think they probably were still shooting for the stars, but they probably didn't think it was going to take off like it did on some of those titles.
Yeah,
I feel like.
For sure.
I agree.
If you guys like Battlefield 2042, this is going to be exciting news. Not sarcasm. It's all sarcasm. What I just said, a little bit of sarcasm. No, it could be good in the long run. I don't know. Have you guys seen Battlefield 2042?
I have not.
Gameplay trailer?
I have seen one gameplay trailer, but it was just a snippet of another streamer watching it.
Yeah, it looks really fun. It looks chaotic.
It does.
It's in the middle of a desert with a freaking desert sandstorm tornado going through the middle of the city, sucking in helicopters, tanks, people. So you're literally, I think you're just going to zones and capturing zones and having to avoid getting killed by enemies and tornadoes. So it sounds like fun. I love it. I love the idea.
Like And it's, Battlefield's always got the destruction
a building
environment. Destructive environment. Sorry. I know you guys are going to correct me there. It's going to be down in the comments. Instruction, destructive. I get it, guys. Yeah.
I mean, it could be instructional if you want to show them the destruction. Could be
That's right.
Yes. How to destruct. So Battlefield 2042 is going to populate matches in their all-out warfare modes with up to 64 bots, depending on how many players are available in the matchmaking pool. So they confirm this that they're going to supplement the player count of 128 players in Conquest and Breakthrough modes when it revealed Battlefield 2042 earlier in the month. That was kind of the final number that they gave us. Mm-hmm. So they are confirming that it's going to be, they're going to put in bots to supplement those players, and it will be up to 64 players in a single match. So basically going to be half your player pool. But there are some variances there, and we'll kind of go over that in just a second. They did say that Battlefield 2042 is going to prioritize placing players in games with other humans rather than bots. So that will be a thing. It's just, we'll just have to see how good the system works with it. Now, this Games Radar website also goes on to say, with bots in mind, for those jumping into Battlefield 2042 on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox Series S, servers will allow for 128 players. For those on PS4 and Xbox One, 64 players are allowed on a server. So that means if you're on the PS4 and the Xbox One, the whole lobby could be bots. We don't know. So this game.
Okay, let's make sure I'm not in La La Land here. We're talking about a battle royale for Battlefield, right? I mean, it's why there's so many people, or no?
No. Battlefield is they had the Conquest and Breakthrough modes.
Okay, multiplayer.
So
I haven't played Battlefield in years.
Yeah, so it's just, I think it's just very big, very massive. But there, as of now, there is no battle royale at this time.
Okay. It'll make sure I didn't miss something.
Yeah, it's going to have a lot of players like that. I mean, it's going to have obviously a ton of players playing, but no battle royale mode as of now.
Okay.
So we'll see if they change their mind as the game's been out for a year or two. But that's news for us over there on the Battlefield 2042 front.
So the one that I saw, the trailer was crazy. It was this like Ace Combat jet fight, and there was a pilot right behind another pilot, and you could tell they're fighting each other, and this one was chasing him down to shoot him down. And the guy ejects from the cockpit, turns around midair with the RPG, shoots that jet that's behind him, and then lands back on his jet and gets back in the cockpit.
Oh, that's crazy right there.
I was like, and it was all a what do you call it? Cinematic. Right. But it was like, the guy was like, oh, that's some Fast and Furious crap right there, man.
Sure.
Like, he's like, that's crazy. You got a whole family in here watching this right now.
That's cool.
Yeah, it looks cool. That could definitely be some big competition for Warzone and the Call of Duty franchise this year.
For sure. My cousin, I didn't play Battlefield that much either. I played the Battlefield 1, I think it was, or whatever, that it was kind of set in the past, right? But the one before that, I think, I could be very wrong because I didn't play them like you said, but where the buildings were destructible, like the skyscrapers. Yep. Insane. I remember going over and watching my cousin play that, and just like the building just collapsed and my jaw dropped. I was like, wait, what? Like that whole building just blew up?
Yeah, because if you're not used to it, I've got some buddies that's all they play. Like once they got on Battlefield, they never went back to Call of Duty. It's deeper roles, right? Like static. There's some things like that don't exist for Call of Duty. Yeah.
So if you're camping in a skyscraper and they bring it down, then you're just done.
I don't know. I haven't played enough to even really know.
Jump out and parachute, but
okay.
Yeah.
If you have enough time.
If you're by a window, I guess. Man, really cool stuff. I've never played a Battlefield game, so this year may be the first.
Maybe we can get our hands on it.
Year of Battlefield, yeah. If you think we're trash at Call of Duty, join us.
Just wait.
Battlefield.
Just you wait. I will run smack dab into a building with a car and see what happens.
Smack dab.
Okay, some news for you guys today. I got Remedy. You know who they are. Their last big game, you know what it was. Control. Big game. I have not played it, but I did just now get the Xbox One and Game Pass, and I know that's late. I don't care. I bought it cheap. I talked to you about it in the earlier part of the show. But right now, they just announced some pretty big news, in my opinion. Surprise, 2 more Control games are in the works. That's right. You heard me. Two of them. Most anybody that I've talked to that have played the Control game, and like I said, it's on Xbox Game Pass right now. So it's $1. If you want to check it out, it's $1 for 3 months. You can beat that game in 3 months. It's a really good game. Even if it was just that one game for $1. And they've got two new games coming out. People say, how could they have 2 new games? Well, obviously they could have a sequel, right? It's an easy 1 new game. But the second game is the intriguing. Today, Remedy Entertainment and 505 Games announced plans for a multiplayer spinoff of Control, the mind-bending third-person shooter released in 2019. The project, codenamed Condor, is being developed for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. Here comes a quote for you guys. We get that there is going to be skepticism about multiplayer. The Control franchise director said, and she said, but, I said she, it's a he, my bad. But I believe we can create shared experiences without compromising the unique DNA of who we are or the stories we want to tell. Yes, we need to rethink our angles, our techniques, our mindset, but we see it as an exciting challenge. And it says, what would a Remedy multiplayer game look like? That's true, because Remedy, that's not their thing in the past, right? Mm-hmm. Not only is that not their thing, a game like Control, it's almost like taking Alan Wake and making it multiplayer, right? Right. Co-op is one thing, right? But for sure, you could make a co-op Control. You can make a co-op Alan Wake, right? But a multiplayer Control, the Control is one of these games that the people who are really into it are just blown away by the mechanics. They just have done a phenomenal job thinking outside the box. We've done some review talks on it. We haven't got to play it, like I said, but they're one of the big things is it's like some of the big Star Wars games that have come out over the years where people just go, wow, look what they freaking did here, right? That's kind of how people were with Control. They didn't know. It kind of came out of left field. It wasn't, as big. They didn't think it was going to be as big as it is. It's definitely one of those games. So then to see them take that and spin it into a multiplayer, to me, that's very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
I like to see where that goes. And down here at the bottom, it says Control is more than one location, character, or story. So they're basically painting a picture of Control as a, which we already kind of knew this. We've talked about how they've taken over the Alan Wake stuff, right? And that we think we're going to see crossing over of the two and some different stuff like that. So clearly, in my opinion, from the articles we've seen in the past and what they're going with here, Control is setting the grounds for almost like comic books are, right? We have like a Marvel universe. It feels very much so that we're going to have a Control universe. So like a place that houses multiple games, multiple characters, multiple storylines that are all going to be playing within one actual, you could call it world per se, but it's more of a universe, right?
Right.
And so I think that's where they're going without saying it. We have more, something ambitious, as today's announcement stated. We have outlined high-level collaboration terms to further expand the Control franchise with a bigger budget Control game. I unfortunately cannot go into more detail than that. But suffice to say, I am extremely excited for the future of the Control franchise. And now, when I read this, it kind of bugged me a little bit because I already got double whammied with the 2 clickbaits today. And I'll mention the third one here in just a second. I mentioned it before. I didn't tell you what it was, but I told you I got clickbaited. And then we read about the Xbox cloud gaming, and it was kind of a clickbait. Mm-hmm. This one kind of is too. So I don't know why this gaming news is going this way. Because did you guys hear about a second game?
No.
Right. Because it really didn't say it was a second game. That's why.
Okay.
They talked about this multiplayer game, right? And then they said, we have more, something ambitious. As today's announcement stated, we've outlined blah, 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 blah. That whole quote I just said, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
when they said that, it sounds like they're talking about something else, a more higher budget sequel to Control, right? My impression, unless I'm crazy, when I read this article, is this is kind of like when you get a game that has 2 parts to it, like we've been seeing, like Modern Warfare, right? So you got Modern Warfare, and then you got Warzone. Well, kind of, they were the same, kind of, right? Yeah. They're not really. I think that's what they're doing here. They're not saying it's actually 2 games. I think they're giving a hint that we're coming out with Control again, obviously, right? A sequel. It's going to be big. It's going to be good. It's going to be huge with more budget because Control did so well. Mm-hmm. And we're making a multiplayer section.
Battle Royale Control.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But I think that's kind of what they're saying here without saying it.
It'd be called Control Zone.
Yeah. Controllers, wouldn't it be? Because there's a bunch of them. I don't know.
Control Zone.
Controllers.
But what do you guys think? I did scan back through this to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything where they talked about a second game. And so my impression is it's really one game.
Yeah, it feels and sounds like just an extension of the game.
Yeah,
just
kind of like when we brought Resident Evil 8, and we know there's a whatever that thing is, the air monster thing where you fight the monster.
Yeah.
Like
it's not a whole separate game; it's just a mode. Yeah,
I think they're wanting to make sure you know it's something big, right? Same thing, like like we said when we heard about Warzone, right? Yeah, they're wanting you to know it's really not just an extension; it's still its own thing. But I don't think it's going to be a separate release. I think it's going to be one purchase, if that makes sense. It'll come with the game. That's my guess. It doesn't say here. I am definitely reading into the story in these 2 small quotes.
Yeah.
So,
and like I talked about earlier with you, Ryan, is when you think about co-op, it makes complete sense. It's like a Portal game or whatever, where you could use your abilities to get through certain obstacles with each other. But to think about just the multiplayer aspect of it.
Yeah, multiplayer always implies against.
Yeah. Right? Yes. So, yeah. And so if you've watched some of the fight scenes in it, they're pretty cool, like throwing things at each other. So that would be pretty epic. In my mind, it's just crazy to think like, how is it going to work in an environment that is supposed to be able to crumble and you to be able to use those things as weapons and this and that and that.
How are you going to balance that out with other players and make them not feel overpowered?
Or make the game be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Just like my mind's blown by the Battlefield being able to crumble too, like we said, but I don't know how that works. I'm not big brain enough. So,
there is one little, it's not a quote, but from somebody else. I did read past it because it was between these pictures. Okay. Don't want to miss this. Condor, remember, because the multiplayer, it's got its own code name, right? Condor. And then right underneath here, it talks about, remember, I just read Control franchise with a bigger budget Control game. They're still calling that one Control. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But they did call it a Control game. Now, separately, right up above that in this article, it says Condor has been given a $25 million budget, slightly less than the $30 million that was reportedly spent to develop the original Control. Right. But then it says, but it's also just one of the universe expanding projects in the works. So our thoughts on the universe stuff is definitely right. And they're definitely letting you know this is still its own project. Right. I mean, we're putting almost as much money into this, just the multiplayer, as we did in the game, the first game. Yeah.
It's a battle royale.
After that, it could be. And then right after that, they mention this other bigger budget. Right. Well, that one's not a bigger budget. It's $5 million less. So I do think they're definitely, that's why they're calling it 2 games, right?
Yeah.
because they are making some points to separate the two. I don't think it'll be 2 actual games. That's my opinion.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Yeah, I think Call of Duty did something there with Warzone where it was like, hey, we can release it, base it off one game, and still extend it to another game.
Yep.
Right.
And
well, yeah, because I think it is. I think this Condor is going to be a multiplayer game tied to the universe we're talking, not tied to Control. Yes, it's jumping off of Control, because Control is the big one that has everybody's attention, right? But the universe is going to involve multiple things, including the Alan Wake franchise, right? Yep. So I do think that Alan Control will be. Yeah. They say he's gonna. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's coming back somehow in the Control universe.
Okay.
Yeah, man. So my next little snippet here is gonna be quick, but it is Call of Duty, Black Ops, and let me see. I don't know if there's anything on here for Warzone. Yes, there is a couple things for Warzone. So both of them, like we were talking about Warzone earlier. So all this article is just an update for you guys listening, for what to look for this weekend. Some new things are being added, obviously, with the updated Call of Duty. You get an update every week for that, at least, right? Mm-hmm. But anyway, so first on the list of new things coming this weekend is new playlists. And by new playlists, obviously, in layman's terms, new modes. In Black Ops Cold War, there's a new playlist called Collateral Combined Arms 24/7. And that is a 12v12 mode all day. So you can play it until your little fingers fall off, right?
Nice.
It's 24/7. The other playlist that's coming out is the Throwback Mosh Pit, which is going to
mix in everything, right?
Yeah, it's going to feature five Black Ops maps: Nuketown 84, Raid, Express, and Standoff, and Hijacked. Nice. And that is going to be a 6v6 mode. There's also in that same mode 3v3 gunfight, which is snipers only.
Okay.
And so that's going to be a new featured playlist. The other thing that's happening this weekend is going to be the double XP. So Black Ops, the Cold War, and Warzone is going to offer double XP this weekend to celebrate the 4th of July. Only in the US, right? The double XP event. Well, not that it's just offering that in the US, but I'm sure they're, whoever plays it gets it, but it's the 4th of July in the US.
It probably doesn't specify whether that's just regular XP or also includes weapon XP. Do we know?
Weapon XP, yeah.
It says that the double XP event applies to both standard progression XP and weapon XP.
No. Amazing. Well, looks like I know what I'm grinding this week.
It will run July 2nd through July 6th.
Okay.
So that's just this weekend.
Well,
happy birthday, America.
America, shoot your friend in the face. Okay.
The other little thing we have here coming up is some zombie teasers. And so Activision says that players could keep their eyes peeled for teasers. Sorry, I've been getting tongue-tied. For new zombie content coming to Black Ops in this mid-season update. So look for that. Then the last but not least, there's some store bundles coming out as always, so Clinton can spend more money. They're doing a fans bundle called, what is it called? Hat Trick. Okay. And what Hat Trick is celebrating the European football tournament that's going on now. A lot of, football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. And in this bundle, it's got a bunch of soccer themed operator skins. Nice. It's got a footballer SMG and a special target, right on the that you can choose on your guns. And then other than that, there's a tracer pack. This tracer pack is different skins, Viper Strike assault rifle. It's basically themed after a snake. It's got a snake design. And then there's a Komodo dragon finishing move that is included with the bundle. And we can only imagine how brutal that's going to be.
Like a real Komodo dragon?
Yeah, like a Komodo dragon.
Wow. That's intense.
So let's see.
soon as you said that, because I just watched Mortal Kombat, my mind wants to see like a real finishing in Call of Duty. Wouldn't that be sweet? Yeah. You're playing Warzone, your guy comes out, pulls out his blade, and just cuts the guy from butt to head. You know what I mean? Just splits him.
Oh, you want all the gore with it? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Full like zoom in shot of it, everything. Be freaking sweet.
That would be. But you get shot before you can complete it.
That's right. Last on this DLC list is also to celebrate the 4th of July, and it's a tracer pack called Fireworks. And that's just so appropriate with guns. Come on now, fireworks. It includes 10 items. It's got a lifeguard skin for Adler. It gives him stars and stripes clothing. It also comes with firework charms, the Spangled Banner sticker, and the Blasting Stars assault rifle. It doesn't give us all 10 of those items. I guess you're gonna have to go look on the store when it comes out. And then last but not least on here for my mobile Call of Duty gamers, Call of Duty Mobile is going to get a little of attention too this week. Activision is releasing a Call of Duty Endowment Challenger Pack DLC to help support military veterans. The bundle comes with epic rarity items such as the Stripe Assault Rifle, the Standard Issue Pistol, and the Reverence Calling Card, and the Noble Sacrifice Charm. How cool is that? So I guess a portion of that is going to go towards military veterans.
That's cool. Good. I like it.
I like it.
So being patriotic
that is what I'm all about. Look forward to this weekend in Call of Duty World, which I know all my guys here must pump about the double XP.
Yeah, Daddy's got some leveling to do.
Hot dogs and pollywogs.
That's right.
Now I will tell you this. Okay, so we can edit this out if you guys think it's a little much, but I think it's fine. When you say my Call of Duty mobile,
it's part of the show.
my Call of Duty mobile friends out there, right? We're talking about this, and he says that, and I'm thinking, man, what kind of Call of Duty addict do you got to be when you can't even stop playing Call of Duty while taking a poo? You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, hey guys, hold up in the party. I'm gonna grab my phone, play some Call of Duty on the pot real quick. I'll be back.
When mobile first came out, it was huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people like I could say like that live out in the country but still have their cell phone.
Right.
That's their only way to get.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty. You know,
it definitely goes the opposite way. It's not just the hardcores. It's honestly some guys don't have the new consoles. My buddy at the church, who's a dad also, and a big part of the church, he doesn't have a newer console. Like the last one he had was the PS3, but he was kind of stoked when it came out, the mobile game. He played it for a good month or two.
Yeah, I played it for a little while too.
Yeah, he wanted me to get on there and mess around with it with him too. So,
I agree. It didn't stick. Just like you said, he played it for a month or two. Yeah, it wasn't like real Call of Duty to me. No. I mean, it was a lot of fun. But remember, they had the bot stuff in there.
It was impressive. Yeah, it was impressive for a mobile game.
It was too awkward for me. I couldn't get used to the way I don't know. I've just never been good with the whole touchscreen thing.
I'm pretty positive Sean plays it.
He probably does.
Like I've seen it say that he's playing Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Yeah. They did a good job with it. They made some money on it for sure.
Oh yeah.
And kept some connection to fans where they weren't getting it before. But now that you're getting the Xbox stuff to where you can play remotely and all this is where stuff's going, that will take away from like, you know, why play Call of Duty Mobile when you can just play your regular Call of Duty. Xbox. You know what I mean? Yep.
On your iPad.
On your iPad. Yeah, on iOS. Download the app today.
But make sure you put in the Google Chrome browser.
Yeah. No, Safari works.
Safari works. Okay. We'll see. I got to feel Safari be the most glitchy. Like, well, you can play at 30 frames, 720p. Enjoy.
Take a pee.
All right. So if you've been paying attention in the last month, guys, Valen Studios' Knockout City is really hitting it big, making an impact. If you haven't heard of the game, it's a team-based dodgeball game that puts you in 3v3 matches, 4v4 matches, and then a free-for-all match, pitting you into just a crazy time of dodgeball. The dodgeballs there's different throws. You can get different types of dodgeballs, like that do bomb type stuff, and
cool.
multi-ball where you got like two balls spinning and one in your hand. Just some really cool gameplay mechanics that you wouldn't think in a dodgeball game. Like, it just wouldn't dawn on you, but this does. You can also do environmental interference. So, hey, we're out in the street playing dodgeball. Oh, a car hit you, you're done. It's over. Yeah.
Nice.
Good stuff like that. So this released back in May of 21st and did really well. They've had actually up to this point, they're currently at their milestone of over 5 million players. So if you haven't got the game, check it out. I think at one point they were having a free play event where you're able to get on and play for free, but now I think it's Hunter, you bought yours for 22. Is that what it's at on over at Origin?
I didn't buy it yet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wrong guy. My nephew, he bought it. So
I haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, that's over on Origin. I believe it's 22. It's in the 20.
Yeah, it's in the 20 range. That's what they told us the other day. Yeah.
So I want to give you guys the announcement that season 1, it's about to end, and they're beginning season 2 at the July 27th is whenever they're kicking that off. So I want to make you guys aware that they released a sneak peek at the roadmap for the upcoming season, and it's going to last 9 weeks. So in addition to introducing an entirely new map to the game, season 2 will also include 3 special events. You're going to get new crew members and season contracts, 5 playlists, which is your music, and a new special ball and a different season theme. So we tried this at a gaming cafe in the local area. They actually had it loaded on the computer, so we were able to hop in and just test it out. We played it for, about an hour, Hunter?
Yeah, probably. We it had an update, so it updated for an hour, and then we played for 30 minutes.
That's true. But everything in it was, 50s, 1950s, 60s era kind of vibe. And I noticed that, and I was like, oh, that must just be the vibe of the game. But now I see that, obviously, this is going to be kind of like Fall Guys and other games that have done this, which is, hey,
themes.
Each season is going to be a theme. So they're also going to be including a new daily login bonus. So each day that a person logs into the game, they're going to be able to receive a random reward, such as style chips, hollow bucks, or energy drinks. Season 3 and 4 of Knockout City will also launch this year, they say, and that's going to be late September and late November, depending on how things go going into the winter. And then they say here that Knockout City is doing the mid-season Heatwave event, and that's going to run until July 5th. So you can still get in there and experience that if you catch the podcast.
Cool.
So yeah, really cool game. It does say here on an article over on GameRant.com, it says Knockout City offers a free trial that makes the game entirely free to play until Street Rank 25. So if you just want to hop in there, try it out, see if you like it, you can do that as well. So all really good information there.
I think that's a great idea on those kind of games because you can easily find out. Of course, just if you guys have ever played those kind of games, they make it pretty easy to get to 25, right? So it's not like it's an hour of playing, but it is. It's going to take you a little bit. But if it's a good game, which these ones are, they're kind of addictive, like Fall Guys, right? If I played Fall Guys and they let me. There's not levels in Fall Guys, but like say they let you play till you unlock some certain things or whatever, right? And then I got those unlocked, I would have bought it definitely because we were still sucked into it at the time. So I think they're not going to lose out. And you're seeing more people do these kind of things, like we've talked about lately, to where people get a chance to find out do they like the game, and you don't really lose over that. It's not like that model used to be so bad, it was so bad. Don't give anything away. Everything's worth value,
right?
And it's like you're not really giving it away. You're opening the opportunity for more people who just wouldn't even try the game,
right?
To try the game and maybe even stream the game if it's a popular streamer. They can stream it for free, and so it's changed kind of the whole market and the way that the marketing is done there. And I like it. I like the direction it's gone the last couple of years. I think it's good for gaming, and I think it's good for the whole gaming industry itself, right? The people who are in streaming and stuff like that.
Really smart business. Yeah. Well, before we end the news segment, guys, we want to also mention some honorable mentions that didn't really follow on this week's news, but we did want to just kind of follow up on some things that have happened. We're going to mention
the honorable mentions.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
From the last 2 weeks, basically. I think that's about where it covers. So, honorable mention, first off, I was going to say Overwatch. If you haven't heard, it is now officially going crossplay. So if you're on PC, you can play with your PlayStation friends, your Xbox friends, your Switch friends. It's all there. How it works, there are some caveats to that. You'll be able to do your quick play, your arcades, all those game modes. You won't be able to do season, like competitive, with your crossplay friends. That's kind of the only downside to it, in my opinion. You can opt out of crossplay, so if you only want to do PC, you can do PC. Same with the PlayStation, the Xbox, respectively. And then the way that they're pulling people in is basically you go to what they call a PC pool if you're doing console crossplay. So they don't have a console-to-console crossplay necessarily.
Yeah, we've seen other games that way.
Yeah, so to explain it, like if Ryan's on his Xbox, I'm on my PlayStation.
We can all play together.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, if we have a PC player, if Hunter's on the PC. That's what you're going to say.
Nope, that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say if you're console to console, you're still going to be put in the PC pool, from what I understand.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, though. But that's what I'm saying. The PC pool would be the one Hunter said. So there will never be just consoles playing together. There will always be consoles playing with PC players. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because either one. We've seen what other game was set up that way. We used to play not too long ago.
Call of Duty does all the time. Call of Duty, you just play no matter what, whether you're PC or not.
Yeah, but can you play just Call of Duty and Xbox?
I don't think so. I think it's all just It's all crossplay. You don't really have a choice in that game.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Seems like there was one we used to play, and that's how it was. Like PlayStation and PC could play together, and Xbox and PC could play together. Yeah, it might have been Rocket League.
Fortnite did that too.
Okay.
Yeah, so the reason I'm sure why is because we've talked about before, though these games are creating cross-platform, they're not, their systems are not necessarily built to play together. When you're talking about the two consoles, they're designed so separately to where PC is much more easier to integrate servers with. So in that sense, the hosts on those servers, I guess, would be the PC player, right?
Yeah. But I think those limitations are just really going away now at this point. It seems like both PlayStation and Xbox really haven't had a choice they're having to start to accept it because more and more games are just saying, "Hey, we want to do crossplay. This is what we're going to do."
Right.
So it's
well,
good.
I think it's awesome because there for a little while there was such a huge divide between PC gamers and console gamers in the sense of, do I switch? Because if I switch, I lose all my friends, right? Even if you go, hey, I'm going to go play Xbox or PlayStation. If I pick one, I lose all the other ones. Or if I play with PC guys, they're all going to be way better than me. No, all that stuff is getting sorted out, and it's not that way now. There's plenty of console guys, PC guys that are just as competitive from Xbox as they are from PS5 now. And I bet the X and the S series are even faster, right? The response time, all that kind of stuff, not just the graphic, but they're probably closing that gap on some of the professional level type gaming that has always had a divide. And so I think we're just seeing this blend. I love it because then the true divide between them is not, oh, well, our technology doesn't want to play with your technology, which is what it's always been, right? Now the true divide is, okay, who has the best negotiating skills and buying power for exclusives, right? You're buying that console for the exclusive now, which is really the only difference that should have ever been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. If someone buys up an exclusive and there's a game that's only made for one console, well, that gives them a leg up. And then of course you're buying it for their quality of the console, right? Certain features, just like the DualSense. No, that's not what it's called. What's the new controller called?
Yes, DualSense. It's
DualSense. Yeah.
No, that's the old one.
No, that was DualShock.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's called DualSense?
DualSense. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Like that. I like that. It pushes them to go, hey, look, It's not all about, you're not going to be able to play with each other and pick your deal and we're us versus them. It's more like, hey, we've got to come out with better technology to get people to come our direction.
Yeah, how we going to be relevant?
And I think that controller is a result of that exact thing. Yeah. So I like it.
Same thing, I think, with Xbox's streaming situation. I think they're trying to figure out, man, what's going to be the plus to having the Xbox at this point compared to a PC or another console.
Yep.
Well, that's all I have on my honorable mention.
I'm going to kind of throw out an honorable mention. It's been out a little while, but we've been out, right? So it came out during our break. I was talking about wanting to find new games with Rory. And one of the games that's on the Xbox Game Pass that we talked about that looked really good, but we didn't really know what it was about because all we got was like a little preview. Was a game called Grounded. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. Basically reminded us of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Here's some little mini people living in the grass with ants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a more in-depth game than I thought it would be. It's not just like a kid adventure game. No. It's kind of like a Minecraft mixed with a survival game like DayZ, but with a much better storyline and mission-driven path, if that makes sense. So it's an open world, but it's about collecting things, learning how to craft and how to build, and you can build houses, kind of like Valheim, right? Mm-hmm. But Valheim was kind of just like open, right? Like, what do you do? Well, whatever you choose to do, kind of, right? Which is cool in its own way, like DayZ. This is more of a better for I think kids or people. I enjoy games that give me so does Hunter especially, that give you kind of another thing to do. What am I working towards? Right. What am I
lead me? Don't make me just go out and
just hope I figure out something fun. Right. So that's this game. The graphics are beautiful. It plays well. You can play up to 4 people in the world, and you can switch between the character you're playing.
Okay.
Even if it's just one person there, so you can have 4 different characters built for that world that you've developed, within that world, if that makes sense.
Nice.
We've only played it a little bit, so I don't know a ton about it other than I understand the game now. Like, I kind of get an idea of what it's going to be about. You've definitely got like problems you've got to solve. I wouldn't call them puzzles, right? But they're missions. You find out, hey, this isn't working, so what do I have to do here to fix this thing so I can try to get back to the regular world, right? Mm-hmm. Why am I here? That's what's kind of cool about it. You don't know why you're small. It's not like, Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, we shrunk ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's like, what's going on here?
Right.
You got this little mini science lab, and you just start learning how to do everything. So interesting game. Don't know how big it is yet. Feels like it's going to be big.
Is it crossplay? Do you know?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. I don't know if it's
that'd be cool to play.
We can look it up right now. Yeah. Go ahead and let us know.
Have you ran into a spider in that yet?
Instantly. Yeah, I was out in the dark because I did not build a house yet to sleep the night, which is pretty much it's recommended. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
if you don't have a torch yet.
Come out. It's dark.
Yeah, I went out and I'm like walking around. I'm like, I think I hear something, and the sounds were good on the game too.
Yeah.
Right. You can hear like the branches and stuff like rustling, but it sounds very much not like a regular branch rustling. It's like if you imagine being small and there's a spider walking through the grass. That's the sound they captured. It's really good.
Oh man.
And all of a sudden you're just dead. I mean, it's probably not that way all the time, but I'm a beginner and I have no protection. And it was a wolf spider. The other cool thing, and my daughter mentioned this, if you guys remember back, if you've been listening to the show for a while, I remember telling you guys, hey, I like using certain games for learning, right? And it's one of the reasons I'm telling her to play another game right now is I said, hey, you're going to get still reading practice in, right? By playing Minecraft, but you're not really learning that much more from it anymore, right? You've got gaming mechanics down. She can jump on Rocket League and hit the ball better than I did when I started. So that game has definitely helped with that, the hand-eye coordination. This game, she mentioned it to me the other day. Yeah, I'm learning a new game, but I'm also learning real life stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, well, I didn't know what an aphid was or that they exist. I didn't know what a mite was. And I know how to identify a wolf spider now because the markings and the stuff on these bugs and stuff in the game are like real. They're not fake. They're like from a real world. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't even think about that. Didn't even consider it.
So it goes in deep on all that kind of stuff too then, like your different types of spiders and
Yep.
That's so
cool. It didn't give you details of what a mite is. I did, right? Because she said, what the heck's a mite? And I explained it to her. And then she was like, what's an aphid? And I explained it.
I didn't know if they had like a cool little library where you could like look that stuff up. And
kind of it does, because you can analyze each thing you find. You take it to the computer, you analyze it, and it does give you a breakdown of what it is and what it can be for, basically.
That's cool.
Of course, it's not, can you really use it for all those things in real life? No, only because you're a mini human. Right. So some of those things. Yeah.
You can make a coat out of the spider's fur.
Okay. Right. Okay. I looked up grounded crossplay. Let's see. Grounded has finally arrived. Early access. Players hoping to crossplay with their friends. Thankfully, Grounded does include crossplay, I think. Let's see. I had to click into the article.
Okay.
Doesn't include crossplay, and it's rather easy to set up a co-op multiplayer session for you and your friends and you and your tiny pals. So let's see. This looks like Xbox. I guess it's Xbox and PC. I don't think I think it's a Microsoft.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's on PlayStation. But between Xbox and PC, it is. Yeah.
Cool. Perfect. Okay. Well, hey, PlayStation's going to miss out. Big deal.
Yep.
They're doing all right. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Delirious Dads Gaming Podcast Season 2. Went a little long tonight with news and the intro, but that's just because it's been so long, guys. We have so much to catch up on, so much to talk about, and so we definitely knew we weren't going to be meeting any time constraints tonight. We're just going to get on here, have fun.
But it also doesn't matter that much that it went long, because it's going to be a nice little bite-sized pieces for you on YouTube now.
Yeah,
that's right.
No. It'll be good. So if you don't feel like listening to audio, you're going to get the full video version or bite-sized pieces over on the YouTube.
Yeah.
So really good stuff. Continue to check out the Twitch channel, guys. We're still playing video games. We never stopped. So it may have been a 3-month break, but the gaming did not stop. It probably only increased, actually. So.
Well, guys, stay delirious.
Stay dadding.
And stay gaming. This has been a Delirious Dads production. For more information about the show, visit our website at www.deliriousdadsgaming.com. You can also find us on facebook.com/deliriousdadsgaming, twitch.tv, and YouTube. Make sure you like and share our pages to help us grow the channel. You can listen to the podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please leave a rating and review if you enjoy the show. Thank you again for listening, and we hope to see you next time.